All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, and Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule and teach well. And peace and safety to the Akim that's around the four corners of the world that's pushing out this truth, giving all diligence and putting their lives on the line to do so. It's the brother Karas here out the GMS Atlanta camp, here with the lesson. Is going in on how Esau, Edom, showed no mercy to our people and still don't to this very day. And I got this topic from a class that we had, I believe yesterday, and it was an article that we went over, and this was the article from AtlantaBlackStar.com, and it shows you 8 ways that Esau tortured, our people during slavery, and Lord willing, I'll make this a, a continuation, but I'm gonna just start off with this one because this one really touched my spirit the most, and the image alone really pisses you off, man. It shows you how Esau, is a wicked, and he shows no mercy, man. You know, because why would you do this, to someone who hasn't done anything wrong to you, man? You know. But without further ado, I'm gonna read the article. It says 8 disturbing images of instruments of torture used on black people or Israelites. As you see the images at the bottom, it says a Negro hung alive by the ribs to a gallows. And if you look closely at it, it looks like the game Hangman, which I'm gonna get another article on. Which this actually, the game Hangman actually stems from this, man. You know, so Esau tries to turn real life situations into fucking games, man. And that's why we go so hard on them because they're wicked and they showed our people no mercy. And I'm gonna read what the article says. It says John Gabriel Stedman recalled another incident where a captured black man or Israelite was hung alive by the ribs. So he was alive at the time, man. You know, he was they hung our people alive, man, by the ribs. Imagine the pain and the suffering that you go through by something like this, man. Treating them like our people like they were animals, man. You know, it says an incision was made in the victim's ribs, and a hook placed in the hole. In this case, the victim stayed alive for 3 days. So imagine hanging, just hanging from your ribs by a hook for 3 whole days, man. With your arms tied, cuffed behind your back, man. In an awkward position, man. You know, that's why this enemy must be destroyed, man. That's why the scriptures tell us to never trust thine enemy, man. You know, because of things like this, man. If they could, they'll still do this to this very day, man. You know, and it says in this case, the victim stayed alive for 3 days until clubbed to death by the sentry guarding him, who he had insulted. Stedman wrote. So after he was hung, alive for 3 days from the ribs, he was clubbed to death, man. Esau is a sick, unjust, wicked, any derogative term that you could think of is what Esau is, man. He's a homosexual, man. He's wicked. You see he got the skull and the bones around him. Treat our people like it's a game, man. And I had brought up, that how that image looked like Hangman. And this is another article that a brother posted in the group chat from Ranker.com, which is explaining the origin of Hangman. It says in the 17th and 18th century Europe, criminals sentenced to death by hanging would play a game called Right of Words in Life. You know, it says in present day Europe, capital punishment is nearly abolished, as the only country that continues to execute is Belarus. However, Europe was a different place in the 17th and 18th centuries, as capital punishment was a common form of penance. Forms of execution included burning, drowning, guillotine, beheading, and of course hanging. Occasionally, a criminal had the opportunity to play right of words in life, which in the executioner would pick a word and the criminal guessed said the word through choosing letters, which is exactly where hangman derives. Solving the word before the blanks were filled would spare the guessing criminal's life. Not solving the word would seal the criminal's fate. And so, when you're drawing the gallows and hangman while playing hangman, you're drawing exactly what would happen back in the 17th century. You know, so hey, they even bring this game up in school, man. I remember playing this game Hangman in school, man. It's actual, you know, that's how brainwashed so-called white man has our mind, man. You know, to actually do this to someone, you know, and then make a game out of it, man. You know, and I'm gonna get some scriptures because the scriptures tell us what we're gonna do to you Edomites for things like for dealing with the Lord's people like this, man. You know, so I'm gonna start off with James 2:13. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that hath showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. You know, so hey, because you know, because you Edomites, you so-called white men, you know, and women, you didn't show no mercy to the Israelites. You know, therefore you're not gonna get no mercy, man. You know, you're gonna be destroyed, man, by the Heavenly Father and His Son, man. You know, and 144,000, man. We're gonna be running. You think that Hangman is a game? Hey, watch when the Lord comes back, man. You know, it's gonna be 1,000 times worse, man, if not more. You know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read Isaiah 33:1, then I'm gonna skip down. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee." This is speaking about the so-called white man. You dealt treacherously with our people, man. You know, even to this very day, even though we're not in physical slavery, it's still a mental thing, man. You know, it says, "When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee." You know, so the Lord is going to come back, man. You're going to receive the very things, because the scriptures speak about that you reap what you sow, man. You know, the things that you done to our people, man. Hey, it's coming back to you, man. You know, it's Isaiah 33:18. It says, "Thine heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counted the towers?" And the point I wanted to get is, thine heart shall meditate terror, man. You know, because when we see things, when we see things such as this, man, and this is just a watered down image, man. You know, it said he was clubbed after 3 days, man. You know, so this is watered down by the internet, man. You know, but you're gonna receive it, man. That's why that's why we're gonna meditate. That's why that's why we do meditate on the things that we're gonna do. You know, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. You know, that's why we meditate the things that we're gonna do to our slaves, man. You know, because you show our people no mercy. You know, if you see things like slavery, like slave movies, man, it ticks you off, man. You know, you can barely even watch it. You know, Esau showed our people no mercy, man. They made games and made mockery on how they did us, man. You know, that's how we know that you're the wicked. You know, that's exactly how we know that you're the wicked, man. You know, I'm gonna close off with this scripture. You know, with Jake, you know, don't seem to get. You know, even after everything that Esau did to us, man, Jake still. So like, let me grab this one first before I close out. Zechariah 1:15. It says, "And I am very displeased. I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease." And who is that speaking about? Those are speaking about all you other nations beside the Israelites, man, because you're at ease. You know, mainly Esau. You know, you're sitting back, you laid back. You know, thinking that you're gonna defeat the heavenly Father. You know, you got it all misconstrued, man. You know that the Lord is displeased with you, man. It says, "For I was a little, so like I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction." So you did more than what the Lord, wanted you to, man. You know, you did sick, perverted things, man. You raped the Israelite man in front of his family, in front of his kids, man, in front of his children, in front of his wife. You know, you took the Israelite man, kids, and his family away from him, man. He never seen them again, man. You know, that's why the Lord is displeased from you, man, because you did unnatural things, man. You know, that's why we're gonna judge you, but the judgment that you're gonna get is gonna be in righteousness. That's the difference, man. You know, I'm gonna end off with this. Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for as I for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You know, and that's pretty much self-explanatory. You know, to a man of common sense, man. Some men who have some type of knowledge about themselves, man. We don't trust in our enemy, man. But why? Because they do things such as this. They did things such as this, man. You know, and they're still willing to do it to this very day, man. You know, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule and teach well. Hope this lesson was edifying. Till the next time, Shalom.